Ever wonder why life gets worse before it changes dramatically? I remember back in 2015, I quit my job and decided to finally come back to my hometown to start my freelance business. And and mind you, I had no prior clients, or I wasn't an experienced guy in the industry. I had what we call emotional conviction that I will figure it out no matter what. So I gave myself 6 months to land my first client, and fast forward to 3 months, I landed my first. Now at the time, I was doing good for my age at my job, and to others it might have felt like a major dip, like or it might have felt like a bad decision in terms of where my career was going. But I was convinced my life took a worse turn before it got infinitely better. And trust me, nothing during those moments makes any sense. Like you're in that limbo where you're leaving your past life and you're going towards a new one, and there's this empty phase where you're like, what am I gonna do? What I should be doing? You feel like you're doing your best, you're trying to change your reality, but it just feels like it's running away from you. But here's the secret: God is testing you. These phases are there to determine whether you're the real deal or just some wannabe who's wishing and can't handle that reality. Because let's be honest, not everyone can handle what they're given for free. And that's the reason why most lottery winners go broke within a few years. So by the end of this video, you'll exactly know how to pass these tests. But first, we must know when we are being tested. Because if you don't know, we'll keep failing. And that's probably why you're feeling stuck right now. A desire is simply a frequency, and God just wants to know if you can handle it. And as soon as you pass these tests, it will come. But if not, you'll remain there fighting till the end. Now, let's talk about our first test. Things gets worse before it gets better. You might notice when you're about to do something, you decided to diet, you're suddenly invited to a party, or you're finally decided that, yeah, I am going to sit down and work for 2 3 hours, and boom, you got call from your friends to meet up. You give in to that, you try to stay positive, but the cycle keep repeating itself. You try to stay positive and think that, yeah, I'll do it again, and then again it happens in some different shape or form or by different person, but still the story remains the same because you're feeling that test. You focus on abundance and you suddenly got surprise bill, right? Or something else, a client leaves you out of nowhere, or some emergency happens, right? It feels like universe is conspiring against you. And it's okay to feel frustrated and hopeless, but here's the science behind it. When you shift to new reality, you're shifting out of an old one, and an old identity is nothing but a living entity which was kept alive by your emotional energy. And emotion is energy in motion. And easiest way to suck your energy is by getting your attention, because where attention goes, energy flows. And so old frequency throws adversity at you to get your attention, to return to your old self, and to get your old thinking patterns, your beliefs about something, or you reacting to the situation. all, all in all, your old self, it just wants to survive. The longer you've been in the old frequency, the more you're addicted to it. And consider this as your spiritual breakup. Until you finally decide to move on, it will keep coming back and it will keep repeating itself. You must move on. Test number 2. Nothing seems to change. Ever felt stuck in the same exact cycle? You're reading new books, you're meditating, visualizing, affirming, looking at vision board thrice a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and yeah, but the same problem, frustrations keep persists. And months goes by and you keep holding new information, but your reality feels like the same as before. You even question if manifestation is even real. God wants to see if you fall for the illusion that reality is permanent. Reality is just an effect of mental cause. But there is a lag between thought and reality, what you see outside of yourself. Imagine how reality would be so. Imagine how chaotic the world would be if our thoughts manifested immediately. So it's this delay is by design. You will fail if you lead with your eyes instead of your mind. Eyes can only see 0.0035% of what exists, but the mind can see the unseen. It's like placing an order on Amazon and keep checking if it's coming or not. You just know it. You just place order once and you just know it that it's coming. So how do you pass these tests? Now that you're aware that you're being tested, everything changes. It's no longer a surprise test. And with that awareness, you unlock a whole world of possibilities. So, here are 2 ways to never fail again. Treat adversity as a software upgrade. Yeah. When things get worse, treat it as an update of your phone coming. It's a sign of change. And really, it means the old frequency wants to survive off of your attention and it's demanding an emotional reaction from you. Because without your attention, it can't exist. It's like a baby throwing tantrum. You just laugh at it, love it, but don't react to it. Because this is where you're shedding your old skin and it's making room for the new one. And you can't be on the two boats at the same time. Old must die before the new one. Ask yourself, how would the future self of me would respond in this situation? Then simply act accordingly. You're not reacting to the old frequency, you're choosing a new response from the future self of you. Now, method 2, master the art of reaction. The old reality feeds on your attention and it's in a way baiting you, right? So, your job practice detachment while staying anchored in your desired reality. Suppose you got a bill of 10,000 rupees. Okay, out of nowhere, you got it. Now, if your desired self is wealthy, how would they respond to this situation? Would they get angry? Would they worry about the money? Highly unlikely, right? Every reality comes with a matching level of emotional response. Align with it and consider this as a practice. You get better with time, and every time you don't react, you're shifting. You're surviving a universal trigger test. And remember, Buddha said, the root of all suffering is attachment. And the Gnostics said, I'm in this world, but not of it.